the PCSRA Radio Network and the Blue Hedgehog TV. We now interrupt your regular scheduled programming for the following sports special. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast, retransmission, or other dissemination or the use of this broadcast, descriptions or accounts of this show without the express written consent of the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated is prohibited. On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Welcome to the PCSRA Paddock Pass Show. We're glad that you're here to start a new journey of the PCSRA as the chase for the 2021 championships begin. Welcome to the PCSRA Paddock Pass on the PCSRA Radio Network as we get ready to bring you all the racing for the 2021 season. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic Drive-Ins, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage all of you fans that together we can end DUI. Now, for the greatest show on earth, from today's episode of the PCSRA Paddock Pass from Yukon, Oklahoma, here's the voice of the PCSRA, Daniel Voiles.
And hello and good evening and welcome here to the PCSRA Paddock Pass Show. Here on the PCSRA Radio Network, the Blue Hedgehog TV, and presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. I'm here in our PCSRA studios here today. I'm going to be going solo here on this show. I was supposed to do this show like 3 hours ago, but roommates got in the way and interfered with my progress, and I was just getting tired, so yeah, that was just basically it. But yeah, so I do apologize for the inconvenience. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen again next week. So I'm going to do this. Hopefully.
Excuse me.
As I was trying to say before I got interrupted. Yeah. So, today's episode of Triple P, we're going to recap the Martinsville weekend as far, and also Rome is concerned. We'll go through some news and notes and everything like that. Preview our rest of the weekend, and we'll make predictions. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So, yeah. Alright, so the top 10 results for the Formula E races. I'm going to do this here on Wikipedia because I don't have any other place to do it, because I already know how bad motorsports.com wants to screw me over. Jean-Eric Verne won race number 1, Sam Bird 2nd, Mitch Evans 3rd, Robert Fringe 4th, 5th was Sebastian Buemi, 6th was Rene Rast, Pascal Wehrlein finished 7th, 8th Alex Lynn, 9th Maximilian Gunter, and 10th was Tom Bloomquist. Race 2, Stoffel Van Dorn got his first win of the season. Alexander Sims 2nd, Pascal Wehrlein 3rd, 4th was Eduardo Montara, 5th was Maximilian Gunter, so not bad for him. Mitch Evans 6th, 7th was Antonio Felix da Costa, the reigning Formula 3 champion. 8th was Tom Bloomquist, 9th Nico Mueller, and 10th was Sebastian Buemi. So that was the results for Rome. Then we go to the Xfinity Series race, which started on Friday, and we'll explain how it went down. First incident of the race, the 48 of Jade Buford spun in turn number 1 on the early part of the race. Then we had a competition yellow on lap 27. The 99 of Stephen Parsons spun out. Then Michael Annette spun. And then we had a big wreck with Riley Herbst, Tommy Joe Martin, the 2 of Myatt Snyder, and the 0-2 of Brett Moffitt. All involved as far as that's concerned. Then we had precip that happened on lap 90, and then the rains came very hard. They tried to restart the race. Unfortunately, they ended up having to suspend that race until Sunday, early Sunday afternoon due to inclement weather. When the race did get resumed after it had to be suspended, Josh Williams spun in turn number 4. I forgot to tell you, Stage 1 was won by Noah Gragson, by the way. Stage 2 was won by Daniel Hemrick, the 2 people that got together at Atlanta. Then the 15 of Colby Howard got turned by the 47 of Kyle Weatherman. 15 was done for the day. Then the 26 of Brandon Javosic was also involved in an incident turn 1. Then the 07 of Joe Graff Jr. got into an incident with the 23 of Blaine Perkins, who, by the way, lost a crew member for a severe penalty that happened post-race, which is really weird, in my opinion. Which, by the way, the 07 got turned by the 52, more on that in a minute. Then the 36 spun out, which that was Alex LeBay. Well, then at the end of the day, it was Josh Berry who gets his first career win in the Xfinity Series. Noah Gragson got the $100,000. So, yeah. After the race, Greg Golding and Joe Graff Jr. fought in the garage area, and yeah. Typical fighting. So, yeah. Top 10 results for the Xfinity Series race. Josh Berry 1. Noah Gragson 2nd. Daniel Hemrick 3rd. Ty Gibbs 4th. Brandon Jones 5th. Austin Cindric 6th. Harrison Burton 7th. Justin Haley 8th. Justin Allgaier 9th. Michael Annette completes the top 10. Give me a second. I'm eating something. A little disclaimer. I'm having chicken, mashed potatoes, and rolls that I'm not sharing with you guys. If you're watching the stream, let's see. Alright. You guys can hear me, sweet. Before we go to the Cup race, YouTube is being a derping grandpa because for some reason, YouTube is not supposed to block my, my thingy, and and now I'm about to smack YouTube for some reason. Thank you. It does not want me to have a freaking chat where you guys can comment in the comment section, which is getting annoying in my opinion. Oh, for God's sake, give me a second, guys. Yeah, they kind of fucked it up. Show more. There we go. No, I want all comments, you derping grandpa. There. That way, if you guys need to comment in the comments section, there you go. So, give me a second. So, alright. Sorry about that, I was eating dinner, so just please, if you don't mind. Then we go to the Cup Series race here for the Blue Emu 500. Same thing happened in the Xfinity race. They ran it on Saturday, had to suspend it till Sunday due to inclement weather. First incident was the Rick Ware cars. 37 of Ryan Preece spun off turn number 4. That brought out a red flag for rain, which they postponed it. When they did resume the race, Kurt Busch and Eric Jones got together in turn 4, brought out a red flag. Stage 1 was concluded, won by Ryan Blaney. Then Cody Ware was involved in 3 incidents, spun off turn number 4. Ryan Newman, Eric Almirola, and Matt Benedetto had an incident off turn number 2. Rest of stage 2 was good. It was also won by Ryan Blaney. And Justin Haley spun in turn number 3. Then Cody Ware spun in turn 2 with a flat tire. Kyle Busch then lost it all by himself in turn 2. John Hunter Nemechek also, Anthony Alfredo, I'm thinking about last year's deal. I'm sorry. This is what happens when I had to take a nap and I was really tired, so. Anthony Alfredo, spun in turn 2. Then Daniel Suarez and Brad Keselowski got into an incident of turn number 2. Then Ryan Newman spun off turn 2. Then Ryan Newman got incident with Eric Jones and Ross Chastain. Then we had the big one with Kyle Busch spinning, collected Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, Matt Benedetto, Ryan Preece, the 38 of Alfredo, Eric Jones, William Byron, Cody Ware, Are You Going, Justin Haley, and Daniel Suarez. That brought a red flag. Then the final caution, Chase Briscoe spun in turn number 3. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, MTJ Martin Truex Jr. wins the Martinsville race. So the top 10 results for the Cup race: Martin Truex Jr., the winner; Chase Elliott, 2nd; Denny Hamlin, 3rd; William Byron, 4th; Kyle Larson, 5th; Joey Logano, 6th; Christopher Bell, 7th; Tyler Reddick, 8th; Kevin Harvick, 9th; and Kyle Busch complete the top 10. There we go. Anyway, thoughts on the weekend. Rome was good. Martinsville was typical wreck fest as usual, so, yeah. So, Rome, I gave it an 7, and Martinsville, I'm going to give it a 7 as well. Alright, so let's get right into the news. Formula 1 just changed their new schedule. It will be Friday practice from 9. Moved qualifying very early because of the whole funeral and all that other shit I really don't want to talk about. Jennifer Jo Cobb is going to make her Cup debut at Talladega next week. I bet she's really excited to see how she's going to do, even though she's not going for points anyway. Let me see what else I have on my deal. Elio was fastest in the refresher session Indy. Rinus VeeKay, by the way, broke his finger in a crash last weekend and all that yada yada yada. So, Sonoma is going to have fans, which is very good and all that, so. Yeah, nothing new as far as the top story news. Now, let's talk about a topic that I feel like I just need to discuss in a bit that is important. Nathan Orman, I know Ormy doesn't want to hear this, but it's not a roast. So there we go. Hang on a second, let me tell. So, there we go. So let me see. Let me see here. Okay, baseball game came up, so. I forgot what I was trying to say. Jimmy Johnson said he's going to run the Indy 500. We don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see about that. So anyway, Einstein Motorsports. This will be the first time in their team's history, because, you know, they had an awesome streak. They've made every playoffs until now. And that streak, sadly, will come to an end for Leo's team. So their chances of making the playoffs are done. That ends a long, long streak as far as that's concerned. If they do not get a win, their consecutive season streak as a team that had one of its drivers to go to victory lane, that will probably come to an end. So, but yeah. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully, I don't know if it's just the frustrations, you know, of them not running well, getting bad results, or what. Sorry, I had to eat a roll. Sorry if, well, anyway. I don't know if it's just their bad luck or not, but whatever the case, it's just very unfortunate to see a great team who has over 200 plus wins in the Reese's Pro not going to be able to battle for the championship. That's really unfortunate. Hopefully they'll, so, anyway. Hopefully they can try to get something turned around, if you ask me. And we'll go from there. So, anyway. Seth Cole, speaking of PCSRA, took home the win in the Brickyard 400, which only 5 cars finished the race, which is, by the way, ties a record for the fewest amount of cars that finished a race at Indianapolis. Or for a Reese's Pro, of course, the Daytona 500 last season was finished. Hopefully Talladega for them will not be like that. So, should be interesting to see what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully it'll be good racing at Dega. And and with the cars having a good package, we'll see. So, it'll be exciting. So, right now the drivers have already showered, have ate, are currently finishing up dinner, and then they're gonna head back to campus and go to sleep because they're probably tired, probably a bunch of tired bunnies, if you ask me. So, and yeah, so it should be good. See what happened here. So, that's kind of it. Let me see here. I think that's kind of it as far as the, of course, the Daniel Suarez penalty. I think weird seeing a ballast penalty where they lost 10 points and all that, and the crew chief got ejected for that, so I don't really understand that little deal. So, anyway. So, let's preview the, preview the Richmond thing. I'll probably try to get predictions to Cody in just a bit. I think it's going to be typical Richmond racing, but we're racing in the daytime. As far as the, as far as what's going to happen at Richmond, I don't know. Imola is going to be interesting for F1. We're also think Supercar is going to be fun, and IndyCar season opener will also be fun so far in that regard. So, if you missed the announcement, which I was informed by somebody that someone told me that the mic would, the deal was, had a little, technical issue, so you technically did not get the announcement heard. But if you didn't hear the news, since I'm going to cut right to the chase, at the end of 2021, the PCSRA will be no more. The BHRA, the Blue Hedgehog Racing Association, is going to take its place. As far as logo and all that, that'll be announced at a later date. And, but that's kind of it, so, on that announcement. So, yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and put this here for this week. No, I want the link to... Okay, let me grab it from the airway. So, yeah. So, with that being said, we're about to get ready to go ahead and jump right into predictions, because I don't have anything else to say, other than I'm just kind of tired and just want to eat my dinner and then go back to bed, so. But, yeah. So there's the video for my show. Alright. Okay, so let's get right into predictions. You all know the drill. Driver to win, driver stay away from dark horse, blah, 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 blah. 1 point per category, yada, yada, yada. So, that is how it's going to work in that regard. Let's take a look at the point standings entering this weekend. Starting with the global standings, coming out of the Rome weekend. That was interesting. Cody Smart has 31 points. He has a 4-point lead over myself at 27 points. Nathan Orman and Zachary Taylor are tied for third at 23 points apiece. Cody Goforth is fifth with 14, and Brendan Rogers has 9. The NASCAR standings entering Richmond. Cody Smart has a 9-point lead over Zachary Taylor, who's in second. Taylor has 26 to Cody's 35. Nathan Norman's in third with 23 points. Yours truly's in fourth with 22. Great Lakes and Cody Goforth are tied for fifth at 18 points apiece. Kyle Langland is seventh at 17. Brendan Rogers has 15, and Q-Man has 11. So yeah. Let me tell you, the Brendan Rogers has made his prediction, so I'm going to read that carefully. Starting with Supercar, Jamie Wingcup as the driver to win for Supercars. Driver stay away from Scott Pye, Dark Horse, Mark Winterbottom. For F1, he took Valtteri Bottas, driver to win. Driver stay away from Antonio Giovinazzi, Sebastian Vettel as the Dark Horse. For IndyCar, he took Sebastian Bourdais as driver to win. Alexander Rossi as the driver to stay away from, and Scott Dixon as the Dark Horse. And then for Richmond, for Brendan Rogers, he took Todd Gillen as the driver to win for the truck race. Stuart Friesen, driver to stay away from, and Johnny Sauter as the Dark Horse. For Cup, he took Joey Logano as the driver to win. MTJ, Martin Truex Jr. as the driver to stay away from, and Kyle Busch as the Dark Horse. Now, it is time for my predictions. I'm going to start in the order that I just briefly went through. Driver to win for the Supercar races, I'm going to go SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen as the driver to win. Driver stay away from, I feel like picking this driver, not in a good way as far as myself is concerned, but I just don't feel like, with the motivation he's had, and I just don't know how that's going to go downhill. I'm going to say Todd Hazelwood is the driver to stay away from. Dark Horse, I'm going to say this driver is going to be great. I am going to take Jamie Wingcup as the Dark Horse. For F1, driver to win, Lewis Hamilton. No bag, because I already know that Hamilton's going to win that race, no doubt. Driver stay away from, I feel like, to me, this is going to be really much a pick that I really just not too thrilled. Of course, it's not something I want to do, but I just don't like this driver. I'm going to take Nikita Mazepin as the driver to stay away from. Dark Horse, he'll bounce back from the puncture. I'm going to say Max Verstappen as the Dark Horse. For IndyCar, alright, this is my favorite part of the show. I feel like, to me, this driver is going to get redemption, and I feel like he's going to be having a better season than what he had in 2020. Dark Horse, Alexander Rossi. Driver stay away from, I feel like, to me, this is one of those picks that's going to say, I don't know how good he's going to do. I really don't know if it's going to be good performances and all that, but I really don't know. I'm going to say Roman Grosjean as the driver to stay away from. Driver to win, I'm going to go Scott Dixon. Because I really think Scott Dixon's going to get the job done. For trucks at Richmond, driver to win, I feel like when you talk about Richmond, you talk about the excitement. You talk about how good this driver is going to be. I feel like today he's really going to be a driver that I think is going to be amazing and is going to be great in any way, shape, or form. To me, this driver has to be one of the picks that I could see getting back in the competition. I'm going to say Sheldon Creed as the driver to win. Driver stay away from. I feel like, to me, when you say this is going to be important, but I don't know how good she's going to do at Richmond because she's never raced here before, but she may or may not surprise me. But as Elijah would say, we will just have to wait and see. But for now, but we'll see. I was going to probably pick this driver, but I don't feel like picking this driver in any way. So driver stay away from. It's a tough one to say, but I'm going to go with Timothy Peters as the driver to stay away from. The dark horse, I feel like, you know, she won on a short track, and I feel like, to me, this is one of those picks that's hopefully I can get right. I'm going to go Haley Deegan as the dark horse. For Cup, I feel like when you take a look at who is good at Richmond, one name sticks out to me, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and pick him. I'm going to say Denny Hamlin as driver to win. Driver stay away from. I don't know how thrilled it is to be a fan like this, but I just don't know how he's going to do at a short track like Richmond. Knowing that he really has been kind of hit or miss, but he had a good start to the year, won the Daytona 500. Was going to pick Michael McDowell, but I thought, you know, better off, I'd rather pick a driver that's going to be a lot harder. Knowing that this will be his first Cup race at Richmond, and I don't know how he's going to do, but hopefully it will be different. I'm going to say Chase Briscoe is the driver to stay away from. Dark horse, I'm going to say this driver deserves a good chance. And I think with his first Cup race at Richmond, this will definitely help him big time. I'm going to say Austin Cindric as the dark horse. So, yeah. That would be my picks done and over with. So, we'll get everybody else's picks in a minute. But, you know, getting back to the Indianapolis thing, the race completed in 3.5 hours. Yeah, it took 3 hours and so to finish the wreckfest of the of this deal. A little stat came in from my guy Dennis Stats Kelly. Ford has now won both Indianapolis races. They won with Ben Erickson last season. Today they won it with Seth Cole. So the Blue Oval has now got 2 wins here at the Brickyard. One with Ford Mustang with Ben Erickson, and now with Ford Fusion with Seth Cole out of Seth Cole Baker Motorsports. Seth Cole is now in the top 20 in the Drivers' Championship, knowing he will be now one of the 20 drivers representing in the playoff as long as he remains inside the top 30 in points. So far. So that's good news there for Ford. Seth Cole did apologize to Betty Barrett. Betty Barrett, who was released from the care center, declined to comment on the incident. Yeah, it's just unfortunate for the 99 team. The officials did tell me it was a racing deal, so, I mean, the racing deal is, I guess, you know, it's unfortunate that to see Barrett, you know, who has not won a race since 2012, and she's been trying to get the victory lane, and unfortunately, just couldn't get the job done. But there are 8 more chances because she's now running out of time and probably going to be putting herself in a must-win situation going into Talladega. That is our next race for a further examination on the Brickyard 400. Join us. I don't know when we're going to do Inside PCSRA. Date and time is TBA because I'm going to be going to see my dad tomorrow. So I don't know when that's going to happen as far as that show is concerned, but we will have to wait and see what happens as far as that's concerned. So here are the Reese's calendar coming up for our next 8 races that we have left. Talladega, that is our wild card race. Then we have Loudon up in New Hampshire, Homestead for the final time for Rachel Wynn, Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, Pocono, and Richmond. And then we will start the playoffs at Daytona for the Pepsi 400, and that's going to be fun. And the thing is, for those 20 drivers, you win Daytona. Not only it's a big accomplishment on winning Daytona, you punch your ticket into the round of 16, regardless what happens the next 2 weeks. There you go. So far. Let's take a look at this week's upcoming events, brought to you by Kim K Coach Lines, the official motor coach carrier of the PCSRA. For more information, visit kimkcoach.com for more details. Good to see Greg Rutz back in action as far as his show is concerned. Hang on a second. That was not it. He's doing, I think it's the... Give me a second. I think he's doing like some interesting tournaments and all that, yada yada yada, so that's going to be interesting. So really looking forward to... But good to see him back doing that, if you know what I mean. So, let me see what's his channel called. Or what's his show called, excuse me. Because he said that he changed the Rush Hour Renegade to... let me look. Yeah, let me see here. MLB Game of the Week will be a doubleheader because of the NFL deal. Oh yeah, the YouTube football morning show, that'll be tomorrow, so that will be interesting to see how that's gonna go down as far as that's concerned. Also, this week's upcoming events, we don't yet know if the NASCAR Pit Stop show is going to happen or not because of Elijah's new job. So, that is currently TBA on that as far as that's concerned. Also, if you guys missed the Newark race that's going on tonight, you can watch it tomorrow, replay. That will be interesting, and can't wait to see how that's going to go, if you know what I mean. That's a look at this week's upcoming events, brought to you by Kim K Coach Lines, the official motor coach carrier of the PCSRA. For more information, visit kimkcoach.com for details. As far as looking at this week's upcoming PCSRA awesome events, as I said before, Inside PCSRA, TBA on if that show will happen or not. I'll probably try to record it tomorrow night, and it'll probably go up sometime on Saturday, or we'll have it next week to discuss both Martinsville and Indy, and then get you ready for Talladega. That will be a crazy fun fest so far. Also next week we also got let me check here. I think we also have an Overwatch League podcast coming up next week. As far as that's concerned. Which, by the way, for more details on how this past weekend did, join us for the Overwatch League podcast with yours truly. I think they had like a tournament this past weekend. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, but should be a lot of fun. They had contenders in Australia and all that good stuff. So that will be something we're definitely looking forward to as it's the Overwatch contenders. So schedule. Oh yeah, they had their deal. North America is the one I want. Wait a minute. No, I want the 2021 season is what I want. There we go, that's what I wanted. Oh, that's global, okay. Didn't know that. But we're looking forward to a good playoff season as far as that's concerned. And it should be fun, so looking forward to that. Looking forward to Triple P next week. Time TBA, not sure when we'll go live, but whenever we do go live, we'll be on the air. That's a look at this week's upcoming PCSRA racing events. Brought to you by Subway Eat Fresh, proud sponsor of Chloe Baumgartner, the number 84 Audi RS8. So, yeah. It's going to be fun. Fun, as I don't know what my phone's doing. Let me turn on Wi-Fi and then fix it. I'm getting ready to stick this sucker on the charger, so, yep. Alright, final thoughts, not just on this past weekend, but final thoughts on the show we had. It's been a very good weekend we had. It was really fun series and all that good stuff. Not sure how thrilled it is, but it was really fun to see how it's going to be and all that, and should be excited. So, definitely looking forward to a very good opportunity, and hopefully this will be it's going to be a fun, as need to get to that one. Thank you very much. Should be fun to see what we're looking forward to. We got the May Melee coming up, as we're going to break down the schedule. Which, by the way, this weekend we got our matchups coming up with the Philadelphia versus Seoul, all that good stuff. So we're definitely looking forward to all that. You can watch the Overwatch League YouTube channel with all the 2021 matches, and then we will go over scores and all that, yada yada yada. So that should be fun. And, yeah. As I don't know why that had to pop up. Alright, so I want the games. That's all I want. So, should be fun. So, definitely excited, and hopefully it'll be a lot more fun so far here today. So, it'll be as my deal's being stupid. Yes, I got it. Spoiler preference, I got it. Got it. As I'm gonna probably, there we go. That's what I was trying to get the first time. So, should be exciting, and of course we have our matches coming up and all that. So next week, the Overwatch League podcast, I'll recap Week 1 scores and all that, preview Week 2 games, and it should be fun. So, should be fun. The Oklahoma Highway Safety Office is a proud partner of the PCSRA and wants to remind all of our friends that drinking and driving is deadly and illegal. Together we can end DUI. Visit enduyok.com for more details. Hopefully Elijah and I gets a chance to talk between now and then, because of the whole little disagreement, which I don't know if Greg is aware about that, but I'll fill him in later in his DM as far as that's concerned. Special thanks to our amazing crew, as they always are on Triple P. Nathan Norman, Zachary Taylor, Cody Smart, Kyle Langland, and all of our amazing people. Also our special guest, Sean Arndt, who will be a part of the Inside PCSRA whenever we record that show. Our statistician, Caleb Hobbs, producer and engineer, Zachary Fitzwater, Jackie Tang, Alex Hawkins, Dennis Satz Kelly, Tom Shores, and Daniel Anderson running the show for us back in our PCSRA Learfield studios here in Oklahoma City, which is, there you go. Final score, one final time, as right now the Thunder are getting ready to play the Jazz, but it's going to be fun. Until next week, when we recap all of our stuff, that like Richmond and all that, yada yada yada, and we can't wait to preview Talladega Superspeedway, not just for NASCAR and all that, but also for our Reese's Pro Series. But until next week, this is Daniel Vole saying, Boomer Sooner, everybody. We'll see you next week on Triple P. Till then, good night, everybody.
On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield IMG College, PCSRA Paddock Pass has been brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic Drive-Ins, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage all of you fans that together we can end DUI. Thanks for joining us for the PCSRA Paddock Pass Show. The preceding has been a Learfield IMG College presentation on the PCSRA Sports Network. Copyright 2021 by the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues and the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association.